안녕하세요. 미디어 프로젝트 5주 1차 강의를 시작하겠습니다. 오늘은 기하급수 기업의 내적 요소에 대해서 말씀드리겠습니다. 기하급수 기업의 외적 요소를 스케일이라는 약어로 표현할 수 있었던 것과 마찬가지로 기하급수 기업의 내부 메커니즘은 아이디오스라는 약어로 나타낼 수 있습니다. 첫 번째는 I 인터페이스입니다. 인터페이스는 기하급수 기업이 스케일이라는 외적 요소를 아이디오스라는 내적 통제 체계에 연결할 때 사용하는 필터링 및 매칭 프로세스입니다. 내부적으로 지대 딱 맞는 사람에게 보낼 수 있는 자동화된 업무 흐름입니다. 대부분 이런 처리 과정은 매뉴얼로 만들어 다듬어지면서 자동화되었습니다. 이러한 과정이 자동화가 되어 기하급수 기업의 확장을 가능하게 합니다. 그 전형적인 예가 구글 애드워즈입니다. 애드워즈가 갖는 확장성의 핵심은 자가 공급입니다. 즉, 애드워즈 고객을 위한 인터페이스는 완전히 자동화되어 수동으로 개입할 것이 없습니다. 인터페이스를 사용하면 프로세스가 보다 효과적이고 효율적이 되며 오차 범위도 줄어듭니다. 캐글은 수십만 명의 자체 데이터 과학자들을 관리하기 위한 독특한 메커니즘을 갖고 있습니다. 테드는 전 세계적으로 여러 테드x 행사가 파생되어 있지만 일관성을 유지할 수 있는 엄격한 가이드라인을 갖고 있습니다. 우버는 자체 기사들을 관리하는 자신들만의 방법을 갖고 있습니다. 관련 동영상을 보시겠습니다.
Once you're online, you will start to receive trip requests. When a rider requests a trip, the driver closest to that rider automatically receives the trip request. Your phone will start beeping. The app will automatically send the rider a notification when you are almost there. If your rider entered their destination, you will see the route to the destination in your app. Once you arrive, slide the red button to end the trip. Payments are calculated automatically, and both you and the rider will be prompted to leave a rating for each other.
보신 것처럼 우버 인터페이스에는 스케일이라는 외적 요소의 결과물을 내부적으로 가장 적합한 운전기사에게 보낼 수 있는 알고리즘이 자동화되어 있습니다. 이러한 인터페이스 프로세스는 대부분 해당 프로세스를 개발한 기업 특유의 성질을 띠기 때문에 고유한 지적 재산이 됩니다. 이 지적 재산 자체가 상당한 시장 가치를 가질 수 있습니다. 기하급수 기업은 인터페이스에 많은 관심을 기울이며 그때그때 주어지는 상황을 최적화할 수 있는 수많은 인간 중심적인 디자인 사고를 적용합니다. 이 새로운 프로세스가 진화하여 더욱 강력해지면 보통 방대한 계측이자 일종의 메타데이터 수집 과정이 되는데 여기서 수집된 정보가 회사의 대시보드로 전달됩니다. 궁극적으로 인터페이스는 완전하게 구현된 기하급수 기업의 가장 두드러진 내적 특성이 되는 경우가 많습니다. 여기에는 그럴 만한 이유가 있습니다. 생산성이 최고조에 달했을 때 인터페이스는 기업가가 스케일 외부 특성들, 특히 주문형 직원과 외부 자산 활용, 커뮤니티와 크라우드를 잘 경영할 수 있게 도와줍니다. 인터페이스를 만드는 것은 미션을 달성하는데 더욱 중요해집니다. 오늘날 인터페이스의 가장 극적인 사례는 애플의 앱스토어입니다. 애플은 정교한 알고리즘을 사용해 카테고리를 선도할 앱은 어떤 것인지, 홈페이지에는 어느 앱을 표시할 것인지 결정합니다. 애플 앱스토어 담당자 말을 들어보시겠습니다.
We're going to completely redesign it. A brand new app store. It is absolutely beautiful.
Open the store, and I land right here on the Today tab, the new front of the App Store that updates every day. The first thing I see is our top story. The world premiere of Monument Valley 2 is finally here. Let's check it out by tapping on the card. This opens a story view where we can learn more about the game and what makes it so great. Looks like this is going to be even more beautiful than the first. I can watch videos that show me what the gameplay is like. And here's a cool quote from Dan Gray at Us2 Games about what inspired them. I can share the story with a friend, and what's incredible is that we can actually all download this today, only on the App Store. If I only want to see games, now I can go to the new Games tab. This is huge. Let's check it out. Up at the top, I can see the biggest new releases or just what the game editors are playing this week. If I scroll down, I can watch a whole bunch of game videos. And it's not just previews, but also tips and gameplay videos by editors too. If I scroll down, I can see charts that only feature games, so it's really easy to see what the most popular games are separate from apps. This page is just packed full of recommendations. This artsy game looks fun. Let's check it out. I'm going to tap on the icon, and it opens up a redesigned app page. It's more beautiful and more useful. I can watch more videos that show me how fun this is, and this badge at the top tells me it was named Editor's Choice. For all the incredible apps on the store, there's a new tab too, the Apps tab. Let's go there. It shares the same great design as the Games tab, but with a focus just on apps. So that was just the first day on the new App Store. Now you can see why we're so excited to have a beautiful new place to share apps and games we love with you.
우버의 경우 인터페이스의 주 역할은 운전자 선택입니다. 이용자들이 운전사를 찾고 고를 수 있게 해주는 시스템입니다. 또한 내부 용도로는 알고리즘이 이용자의 위치에 맞춰 가장 가까운 최적의 운전사를 찾아줍니다. 캐글의 경우 인터페이스의 주 역할은 리더보드 순위입니다. 대회 진행 중에 현재 순위를 실시간으로 보여주는 스코어보드가 있습니다. 내부 용도로는 대회 모든 이용자의 결과를 수집하고 비교합니다. 테드의 인터페이스 주요 기능은 영상 번역 자막입니다. 지원자들이 만든 번역을 관리합니다. 내부 용도로는 테드 강연 번역물들을 통합 관리합니다. 로컬 모터스에서 인터페이스의 주 기능은 아이디어 제출, 대회 조직, 순위 투표입니다. 관련 동영상을 보시겠습니다.
A new original car. Now you can. Join the Local Motors co-creative team to help create, develop, build, and mod brand new cars. Here's how it works. First, join the community. Everyone is invited. Next, create new cars or help develop ongoing concepts. If you're a hot designer, create new cars by participating in a competition or submit a design to Checkup for review. If you love cars, vote to decide what will be developed. All designs are protected with a Creative Commons license to promote collaboration, but protect your design ownership. The concepts with the most votes are developed in co-creation. Co-creation is working with your peers and the Local Motors team to help choose things like the body and interior details, and components like engines and shocks. You help develop the car and ensure it turns out the way you want. Once a car is fully developed, you can buy it and build it. Local Motors opens a microfactory in your region to build the cars you want to build. For example, Local Motors opened a microfactory in Phoenix to build the Rally Fighter. There are many more microfactories to come and more cars to build. So far, the LM Extreme is the most popular in the Carolinas, the Green Apple is favored in Manhattan, and the Boston Bullet in Boston. Microfactories mean local jobs and the most convenient service. The microfactory model is also sustainable. Since cars are built one at a time, there is less waste. Plus, Local Motors businesses allow the use of locally available fuel sources and more rapid adjustment to changing technology. Not only can you be proud of building your own car, you can be proud of buying local. Your car is special because you make it. You can even design or choose a custom car skin for the body. Every car is numbered. Only 2,000 of each design will ever be made. It only takes 2 3-day weekends to build your car in a Local Motors microfactory. Local Motors provides you all the help you need, but you are the lead builder. You can even bring someone to enjoy the experience with you. At the end of the second weekend, you drive your car home. With new understanding of how your car works, you are a better, safer driver. So when you complete the build of your own car, you join the ranks of the most responsible car owners in America. Once the car is home, you can mod it. All chassis and body data is available. Modders, fabbers, and manufacturers, click the download button to retrieve all the data you need to build anything for the Rally Fighter. You can even sell what you build through the Local Motors website. Local Motors is not only co-creative, it's open source. It's that easy. You can make a new original car. Just join the Local Motors community to help create, develop, build, and mod your car the way you want.
로컬 모터스는 현재 3D 프린팅 자동차와 오토노머스 자동차의 연구를 집중하고 있습니다. 로컬 모터스 고객들은 자동차 개발 단계부터 적극적으로 참여하기 때문에 인터페이스가 매우 중요합니다. 구글 벤처스의 인터페이스는 직원 검색입니다. 구글 직원 DB에서 원하는 관련 기술 및 사람을 검색합니다. 내부 용도는 구글 벤처스 스타트업을 구글의 타겟 기술 및 직원과 연결합니다. 마지막으로 인터페이스는 풍요한 데이터를 경영하도록 도와줍니다. 대부분의 프로세스는 희소성과 효율을 중심으로 최적화되어 있지만 스케일 요소들은 결과의 큰 집합을 만들어내기 때문에 인터페이스는 필터링과 매칭에 초점이 맞추어집니다. 예를 들어 넷플릭스에서 주최한 알고리즘 대회에는 수많은 작품이 제출되는데 회사는 이것들 모두를 필터링하고 평가하고 우선순위를 정하고 점수를 매겨야 할 필요가 있습니다. 이때 인터페이스는 아주 중요한 역할을 합니다. 인터페이스의 가치와 전제 조건입니다. 먼저 인터페이스가 왜 중요한가? 풍부한 외부 자원을 필터링하여 내부 가치로 만듭니다. 외적인 성장 동력과 내적인 안정화 요소 사이를 이어줍니다. 자동화하면 확장이 가능해집니다. 다음은 전제 조건입니다. 자동화할 수 있는 표준화된 프로세스가 있습니다. 확장 가능한 외부성이 있습니다. 필요한 알고리즘들이 확보되어야 합니다. 어펜딕스입니다. 지금까지 보신 것으로 이번 차수의 수업이 인정됩니다. 관련 동영상을 보시겠습니다.
We believe that a big part of improving online matching is adding an AI to the process. Cloud Talent Solution is an API. It's got a job search experience. So if you have candidates that you want to bring to your jobs, we have a job search feature for you. If you have recruiters who are looking for candidates, we have profile search. And we have a roadmap of recommendations for jobs and profiles to come. It's a private tenant service, meaning that you provide the jobs and the profiles, and only you have access to them. And because it's an API, it means that you get access to AI without needing to hire ML engineers or data scientists. Who's Cloud Talent Solution for? Talent Solution is for the talent industry. For software vendors, people that create applicant tracking systems, career sites, job boards, or maybe candidate search tools or candidate relationship management tools. Talent Solution is for them to help them to bring AI into their software. If you're an employer or a staffing agency and you're lucky enough to have your own HR IT department, you can integrate with it directly as well. However, more than likely, you work with vendors. Potentially, your vendor is already using Talent Solution. Over the last year, we've worked with a whole host of leading vendors to build Talent Solution into their software. If they're not already working with us, ask them to. And we have a long list of vendors on our website that you can take a look at. How does Cloud Talent Solution work? You can think of Cloud Talent Solution as a two-sided matching engine. On one side, we have candidates. On the other side, we have jobs, and we bring the two together with sophisticated matching. With candidates, we need to understand things like work history, education, skills, interests. With jobs, we need to understand things like titles, occupation, location, minimum preferred requirements, compensation. And then we use both curated ontologies as well as deep learning to do the matching in the center. So the service is really about understanding the semantics of the talent space around people, around jobs and employers, and bringing the two together. Let's talk a little bit about the data models or the ontologies that we have. We have a whole host of them that span occupations, skills, education, benefits, seniority, location. And we'll talk about occupation here for a second. We've built these up by analyzing tens of millions of jobs and millions of profiles. An example here is our business development manager. So we know that a business development manager has a number of synonyms or other terms by which job seekers and employers call it. Things like biz dev managers or business development officers. There are other similar roles, similar based on skills, but also people have held multiple roles under different names. Things like a brand manager, business services, or relations manager. It's part of a broader occupation of marketing managers and part of even higher level categories around advertising and marketing, sales, management. It's got skills associated with it, business development being the most obvious, but of course, things that are important like communication and collaboration. The way that deep learning works is you take a set of historical data where you know the outcome, jobs and profiles that you know to be a good match or to be a miss. You take thousands upon thousands, if not millions of these, and you feed them through your models, which are represented. This is a deep neural network, with each neural network represented as one of the colorful matrices in the center of the slide. After feeding through millions of these matches, you train your model until you've got it to the point at which you think it's providing a high quality of service. Then you go and you verify it with your customers, and you begin feeding through jobs and profiles that you don't know a priori if they're a good match or not. As the users use the system, they provide feedback. So as a recruiter is using the system and you're recommending candidates to them, the system learns. As a candidate gets hired, it reinforces it and says, that was a good match, we should do more of that. If you recommend a candidate and it turns out not to be a good match, that would be something that you can take into account in the future as well. Similarly, on the job seeker side. So the beauty of deep learning and machine learning is that you don't need to build these structured information as you do with data models at the start, and you can continue to learn as the system is used. Now, machine learning is a fantastic tool for search and recommendations, but it's not sufficient alone. We've been doing thousands of hours of user studies with job seekers of all different types of occupations and types from different geographies. We've been working with different employers and recruiters who go across industries and across roles to understand their needs. We've also been doing a significant amount of verification, both automated but also working with our customers to make sure this is working well. I want to focus on two areas in particular here, the two big features within the product, job search and profile search. Job search was our initial offering. It was formerly known as Cloud Job Discovery, and it's launching in GA in the coming week. It solves two big problems. On one side, you need to understand the intent of the job seeker. On the other side, you need to understand how employers talk about themselves. So let's talk about the first one. Many sites today continue to use keyword search. And keyword search is problematic primarily because job titles tend to be the combination of two generalized nouns. Things like a truck and a driver combined together make truck driver. Or software and an engineer combined to make software engineer. Now let's take a look at a few of the examples in the middle of the slide. There we have a dental assistant. Now if you're looking for a dental assistant role, you're looking for a very specific role in a dental office. But when you go on a site that uses keyword search, you'll find that there are many more assistant roles with dental benefits than there are dental assistants. And so as you use it, you'll receive many irrelevant results that you have to work through trying to find your dental assistant roles. This will be frustrating. Maybe you'll leave, go to look at another employer or another job board. There's another role, a benefits manager. This is the person that manages benefits for your organization. They typically sit in HR. And you'll find that there are many more managers with benefits than there are benefits managers. Taking it a little bit closer to home, let's talk about a role working in the front of house at a restaurant. You're looking for a waiter or waitress role. So you go and you type in server San Jose. Well, it turns out here in Silicon Valley, there are a lot of roles that have to do with servers that have nothing to do with the restaurant industry. You're going to get a lot of things that have to do with databases, SQL, data centers. There's another issue that we call seniority issue or the second role issue. And in particular, if you're looking for a more senior role, you'll find that your job title is listed in a lot of more junior job descriptions. So for example, if you're looking for a vice president, a director, maybe a CFO, you'll get returned results that are, for example, executive assistant reporting in to the vice president, or financial analyst creating reports for the CFO. So there's a ton of irrelevant results that you have to search through. On the other side, you have the way that employers describe job descriptions, or write job descriptions. Now, we at Google are just as guilty of writing bad job descriptions as anyone else. For example, one role that we have is a P-counsel, which is your product counsel, the lawyer that you work with to get your product out the door. An LDBP is a learning and development business partner. There's a role at Google called an SRE. They're site reliability engineers, and they're one of our most important roles because they're tasked with keeping up Google's products, including Google.com, 24 hours of the day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, SRE wasn't a common term outside of Google, and we were trying to hire a bunch of new SREs, and we were finding it really difficult to get applications through our career site. It turned out that nobody was searching for SRE. They were all looking for systems engineers, sysadmins, software engineers. And so we took a look at the logs, we improved the algorithm, and we were able to drive many more applicants to our site. We realized this problem was much broader than Google as well. If you look at the titles on the right-hand side of the slide, you can see some interesting ones there. Does anybody in the audience know what a Reckon Asset Prot 1 is? All right. I didn't know either. So a Reckon Asset Prot 1 is a recovery and asset protection specialist, also known as a security guard at a retail store. A PTAM handler is a part-time morning shift person who works in a warehouse. And a project manager 3, let's say that I was a new grad and I was looking for a role as a project manager, I wouldn't know whether this was a role for me, or maybe it's more senior than a project manager 1. So it's problematic and hard to understand how employers describe these. Well, Talent Solutions solves this problem by bridging the gap between job seekers and employers. So if a job seeker types in VP, Biz Dev, Bay Area, we know that they're looking for a very senior role, a vice president role. They're looking for something in Biz Dev, which is probably in partnerships or alliances. And they're looking in Bay Area. It's all backed by Google Maps, so we know they're looking for something from Marin in the north, San Jose in the south, Oakland in the east, San Francisco in the west. Let's talk about a couple of examples who've had success with this. Marriott is the world's largest hotel chain. They hire more than 100,000 people every year. So their challenges are all around volume and scale. Now, I really enjoyed working with Marriott and the company Jive that was building their career site because we learned a lot about their organization. I've stayed at their hotels, including W Hotels. They're kind of a hip and modern hotel, usually has a great bar in the lobby, and they have a role there called a room stylist. Now, room stylists are known as housekeepers at other organizations, but room stylist is more in line with their culture and their brand. They had a challenge in that they weren't getting many applications for this role, but after they implemented Talent Solution Job Search, they were able to drive a lot more job seekers to it. And it improved their overall process as well. So you can see here the time to fill, the time from at which they posted a role until which they had a person in that role improved by 17%. Apply conversion improved as well, meaning that job seekers that came to their site were 23% more likely to find a role and apply for it than they had been prior to implementing Talent Solution. Quality of applicant increased as well. So what this means is that for all of the applies they got, when they took into account the number of offers they were extending, they were 19% more likely to extend an offer. So it had a big impact on their ability to quickly and efficiently fill roles at lower cost. Another example is Career Builder. And I'd like to give a big thank you. We've got some of the Career Builder team here with us today. We started working with Career Builder later last year. Anyway, they began implementing our system and testing it out and verifying it. Career Builder is one of the original and largest job boards, and in April, they moved 100% of their traffic across to Talent Solution Job Search. And they've seen an improvement for job seekers, for employers, and for Career Builder as well. They've seen an 18% increase in the number of qualified applicants in top categories. They've seen improvements for job seekers as well, with a 41% increase in actions taken off of safe searches and a 15% increase in the number of views from automated alerts. Finally, they've seen, this is off of careerbuilder.com, on their talent networks, which are like career sites for employers, a 40% lift in users viewing jobs on their talent networks. We've been doing a lot more than just improving search quality. We've been adding features that customers have been asking for. So for example, commute search. It's no longer the case that you put a pin on a map, draw a circle around it that you hope approximates how far you're willing to commute, and then look at the jobs within that circle. Now you can, backed by Google Maps technology, specify how you want to get to work, whether it's by car, public transit, walking, biking, how long you want to take, if it's 15 or 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and what time you want to commute at, and you'll find all the jobs within that area. It's available in more than 100 languages. So if you want to search in Swahili, German, Mandarin, or English, we're there for you. And we have featured jobs, which enable employers to specify their most important and urgent jobs they need to fill. On Google's own career site, you can see featured jobs. These jobs drive 4 times as many applicants, yet they haven't seen a degradation in applicant quality, so it's really helping Google target applicants to specific roles where they need them. We launched developer tools a couple of months ago, which enables you to quickly and efficiently integrate with Talent Solution. And we launched it in global data centers, so you can get low latency, high performance search anywhere in the world. Let's talk about profile search. I'm particularly excited about this section since it's so new and it's in beta launching today. As many recruiters will tell you, the easiest candidate to hire is the one you already know. In fact, Bullhorn released a survey earlier this year where they noted that after referrals, past candidates were your best source of hire. Within our own applicant tracking system, Hire, past applicants are 40% more likely to get hired than current applicants. And Google did a massive study across software engineers a few years ago where they found that software engineers who had been initially rejected for a role and were now being reconsidered for a new role were 6 times more likely to be hired than current applicants. But there's a real problem. Recruiters don't have adequate tools to search across their talent pools or their past applicants. And the problem is largely the same as job search. You need to understand what the recruiter is looking for, the intent of the recruiter. You need to understand the candidate profiles, which, to be honest, is even harder than understanding job descriptions. And then you need to bring the two together with fantastic matching. Now, it's a little bit more nuanced than that. So you'll find the recruiters tend to be experts. They're professionals in this field, and they do this all day, every day. There are sites out there like Boolean Black Belt that help them build these giant Boolean expressions, trying to be a proxy for how candidates may have described themselves in resumes. So if they're looking for a business analyst, they may put together a Boolean expression, something like business or system or systems or requirements or etc., and analyst, hoping that that will encompass all the combinations that somebody may have used to describe themselves as a business analyst. This is a screenshot from Hire, which is backed by Profile Search. Here you can see that we're looking for a software engineer, JavaScript, Bay Area. We know that it's a software engineer, so if people had put in software developer, coder, programmer, we know that they're looking for front-end skills like JavaScript. So as you can see in the magnifying glass there, we're highlighting skills that are associated with JavaScript, things like jQuery plugins, Casper.js, Phantom.js. And we know it's in the Bay Area. So just like on the job search side, we know that it's backed by Google Maps, and so it'll find everything in the relevant area between Marin, San Jose, Oakland, and San Francisco. Hire is powered by Cloud Talent Solution. The profile search within Candidate Discovery uses it. Recruiters don't need to type in these giant Boolean expressions. And it also uses proprietary information like how candidates performed in the past in interviews to inform the future ranking.